Hello gamers and gamers-to-be, and welcome to the first installation of Beginner's Guide 2, a mini-series where I explain the basics of different classes and subclasses of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. In this first episode, I'll be talking about one of my favorite classes, Bards. When introducing Bards, the player's handbook says, a bard weaves magic through words and music to inspire allies, demoralize foes, manipulate minds, create illusions, and even heal wounds. An important thing to know from the start is that bards are incredibly versatile. Bards, depending on their subclass or college, can focus on anything from damage to healing to buffs. At their core, when played as a joke or when played seriously, bards are an extremely fun class to play, and when played properly, they can be super powerful. When building your bard, you want to make sure that charisma is a bard's strongest stat out of the 6 stats that you work with. That's going to be what's used for their spell casting, and it's also going to be the base of most of their skills, because with the bard, you want them to be good at performance, you want them to be good at perception, persuasion, all that type of stuff. With that being said, bards are typically jacks of all trades. They're fairly solid at a bunch of things, but they're not necessarily incredible at any one thing, except for maybe performance. So all bards are going to have this nifty little thing called Bardic Inspiration, which, as the player's handbook states, means that once within the next 10 minutes, the creature can roll a d6 and add the number rolled to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. A fun side point to this is that the die gets higher as the level gets higher. So when that bard becomes 5th level, it'll be a d8, 10th level a d10, and at 15th level a d12. As mentioned earlier, bards have different subclasses, or as the quirky creators at D&D calls them, colleges. The player's handbook offers 2 colleges to start with, the College of Valor and the College of Lore. These are essentially going to be book smarts versus street smarts, with Valor being the street smarts and Lore being the book smarts. So for the College of Lore, these bards are masters of knowledge, and magic is the main focus in their toolkit. They have the ability to bring down their enemies and affect whether or not their foes can succeed. That Bardic Inspiration die that I mentioned before, starting at 3rd level, these bards can use the Inspiration die to lower the number on an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll from a foe. So that's pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. With the College of Valor, these bards tend to go straight into combat, both with magic and weapons. They often focus on making their allies stronger and harder to hit, but can do a solid chunk of damage with their own attacks. Also at 3rd level, they can use their Bardic Inspiration die to increase the damage that they do on a hit. If you're really into bards and really into D&D and you decide to branch out into some of the expansions that they've released, there are a bunch of additional bard colleges you can join, including my personal favorite, the College of Glamour. The toolkit of these bards is truly focused on performance and affecting others. They can go from inspiring and bolstering their teammates to manipulating and commanding enemies within minutes. Starting at 6th level, one of their abilities is that they can cast the command spell without expending a spell slot, which is really cool because that means you can cast more spells when you're in combat, not waste a spell slot if the command doesn't work, because of course you gotta roll. But overall, with the bard, you can go forth and respectfully rain chaos on your DM and your party's life. And as Emmy Award-winning Sam Riegel says, heal, inspire, distract!